Hey everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well and having some sunshine in your life. My name is Rima Bishara, and I'm on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 o'clock. And today we're going to do a redo of yesterday. I'm not sure that things will cooperate. Hi Donna. I don't think that thank you for sprinkling. After some experimenting that I did yesterday and today, I don't think it's the primer that was the issue. I want to blame the primer. Hi Jill, good evening to you. How are you? It's not the primer that's the problem, but the weather. It's humid outside, and it was very humid yesterday. And I'll tell you why I reached this conclusion. This was a glass tile that I had put some foil adhesive on 2-3 weeks ago, and this was on top of the silver, and I went to add, just to try it out and see how badly the foil reacted, and it pulled the adhesive off right here. So I'm beginning to think that, considering this was done so long ago, and this one I don't typically prime, and the fact that it pulled up, see, it's pulling up again. It should not be pulling up. If it had been, look, if it had been less humid, I think it would have worked. Hi Trina, how are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you for sprinkling. So, this, instead of just telling you that it's the primer's fault, and it could have well been the primer's fault, but it also was the foil adhesive and the weather. They did not go well together at all. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, and I had these here, and for some reason I put my elbow. Hi Kim, thank you very much for doing that. And I pulled up. This was the one we primed yesterday. It pulled up here, and it pulled up here. And again, I think it's the adhesive. I might be wrong. But from the number of times that I've done this, thank you all for sprinkling. I really appreciate it. From the number of times that I've done this, that's the only reason that this would not work. So these are the ones I primed with you yesterday. And let's see. Yeah, look. And this was primed. And the only thing I am sure of is it's the weather. Let's try another foil. When it's humid, the foil adhesive does not like humidity. It does not like the cold either. And I can't tell you the number of times that I have foiled, but never have I seen it this bad. I mean, this is really, really bad. So how is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. Let's see if this, how much of this one pulls off. Yep, look at this. And I primed this in front of you. This is crazy. I've never ever had this happen before. So I have to say, if I hadn't tested it out on this one, I would have said something is drastically wrong. The only thing that I can think of is the weather. Shall we try again? This is, hi Betty, how are you? Betty, I don't know if you saw. These were the ones I primed yesterday. And so far, this is what we have. Hi Ari. So, the only thing, I figured out that it's the humidity, and you know how much humidity we have that's doing this. There was one live where I was doing this with the silver lining, the double-sided silver, and I wanted to add more silver, so I then, on that live, no, Betty, thank you for painting the walls. Hi, Ari, how are you? Thank you for painting the walls. So, last night, this has had the same adhesive on for 3 weeks. And I did it on the live. I applied some foils, and what it did is it pulled up here, 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 and here. This was not even primed, and I don't prime glass. So let me see here again, because there is no way. See, it pulled up here. It pulled up here. And here more. And you can see the pull up. Hi Hazel, how are you? So I am 100% sure that it's the humidity that's doing that. So, having said that, let me move these out of the way. Because actually, I'm going to throw these out because, no, it's the same adhesive, Betty, that I've been using all along. I'm this far into it. It's not something that I've just opened up. So I am pretty sure that this is I'm going to leave those two like this and wait for a sunny day, and we'll see what happens. Because there is no way, I mean, that I've ever done these. I've never seen it go bad, Betty. I have never ever seen it go bad. But then again, I've never used this during humidity. And we'll wait. Whenever the sun is shining, someone remind me, I've got these two shells here. I mean, I would have been heartbroken if this had happened again. And even though those were primed yesterday. So the primer was on for a good 22, 23 hours. And I put the paint this morning, and I put the adhesive at around 10 o'clock. I have absolutely used it on shelves before, and I showed you some of them yesterday. This was one that I've kept. A lot of them I've given away. This one, let me just throw these. This one and this one. Hey Miriam. And this one. So definitely, for sure, there isn't even a single amount of pull. Yes, Betty, everything was the same. Everything was exactly the same. So, we're going to leave these two here, and you're going to remind me to show them to you and test them again on a day when it's sunny. So pretend, yes, they are. I have a friend of mine, because when I use resin, I use the resin that is for food safe. And I have a friend of mine who asked me to do for, I think, 24 of these with foils and the resin, and she used them for salt and pepper for her dining room table. I've even drilled into some and had them hanging as ornaments. So I am 100% sure it had nothing to do with the priming. I'm 100% sure it had nothing to do with the adhesive. I'm 100% sure it's the humidity. Humidity is something we've always, when people ask me, how long does it take to dry? My answer has always been, it will take, depending on the weather, the humidity, if it's raining, if it's sunny, if it's hot. So that does not surprise me, but this is the first time I've come across 2 days in a row, well, actually even one day, where we had this issue. Now let's pretend, until those two are done, that, and I'm looking for something that I brought over. Oh, there it is. Pretend that these are done. I haven't sealed them yet. And I am going to put gold all around. So let me try and do that. Thank you for sprinkling. Yeah, we didn't get 235 yesterday, I am sad to say. So maybe again today. Thank you for sprinkling, Miriam. So I'm going to use the gloss varnish again, because I do like how it does this with the, let me add some more. Look at it. It looks like liquid gold. So let me get a finish kind of brush. I don't know if I want this size. Or maybe this size. I don't know. Let's try this one. But I am going to mix it. Oh, there's this one. Hi, Lynn. How are you? I'm going to use... We might need a little bit more of the pigment. And again, I used the pigment Pale Gold, which I sell. Thank you, Betty. I'm surprised that the foil stuck, Betty, with this humid weather we're having. I need to add a little bit more. So make sure it's well mixed. It is a powder. And remember, you can store this if you've made too much. And I can store it usually for a week or so in a sealed container, which I have this for. And as soon as I finish mixing this, I don't know if any of you have seen, but you know how I don't do stamping. I don't know how to stamp. I don't know how to condition the stamps. I don't know how to ink the pad. I don't know anything about stamping. So I've invited Miss Victoria from Old to Ooh La La on, and she's kindly agreed on August 21st at 2 o'clock to start showing you Stamping 101. And this is going to include anything and everything that you want to know about stamping. In fact, I am I'm going to send her a list of questions for her to include in the stamping, so that we can really get to the bottom of this. So if you could spread, I have the event. I've done an event for it. If you could sprinkle it around, that would be great. And hopefully Ms. Victoria will come every month or every other month and do a little bit more so that we all become experts on it. You do know that I've never used a stamp on a live, so it will be quite an adventure. So I'm using this brush, and I do like this gold, and I'm just going over parts of the edges of the shell, just to make them more beautiful. Yes, it is. So I'm really grateful to her that she's agreed to do this. It's from a selfish point of view as far as I'm concerned, because I do have stamps, but they're still in the packages. And having seen Robin from Robin's Song do it, I think it would be a great idea. Oh, Donna, trying to cook shrimp and fried rice. That's what I need. I feel like having shrimps. So you don't have to be precise with this. I'm just painting the edges. Oops. And I got it here. You can paint it as thin or as thick as I said. But look at this side and this side. Oh, Elizabeth, I've never ever stamped. Never ever. Miss Victoria from Old to Ooh La La is going to come on, has very kindly accepted to come and teach the group the basics of 101 stamping on August 21st at 2 o'clock. And hopefully we will continue with this until we all become experts. Somehow, for me, I doubt that that will happen with stamping. But when she talks about it, she gets so excited that she makes you want to try it out. So if we could all come and watch her, it'll be on this page. And if you can also share the event. So look at this. How much nicer is this? Yeah, I've never done it, Betty. And Victoria and I were, when we were talking earlier, I counted how many IOD stamps I have. I have 8. And she's going to be using the Charlotte stamp. To show us. Why can't you believe, Betty? Because it doesn't work. I've never... well, we usually don't stamp walls, so probably that's why. Yeah. Oh, Elizabeth, yes, you should. So I'm just showing you how easy it is to beautify them. You can put little soaps in there. On the big ones, you can put rings. Jewelry. Or you can just leave them as they are and just put them in a dish. When was stamping big, Betty? Because I don't ever remember watching anyone stamp. Oh. Well, maybe Ari. Have you done stamping, Ari? Yeah. So hopefully this will be an informative learning experience. It's definitely new to me and hopefully to you guys. There's another one. Let's do this one. And this one, for example, you could do with copper or gold. So, yeah, that one. Yes, that's beautiful. I think the iridescent ones are the ones I love the most. I'm painting the edges because I didn't like them. And when you put them down, you can see them. This one is going to have a lot more gold. And if you're a maker, these are easy to make. And when I used to do shows, I was selling each one of these, this size, for $3. When the shell was free. Yes, definitely, Betty. And it's only the adhesive, the foil. And if you want to add, you don't have to add a resin. You can just seal it with Duraclear. Oops. Right there. And we're going to, hopefully, like for example, I noticed I have 2 areas missing. He's doing so much better, Trina. We go to the doctor August 19th, I think. And hopefully he will allow him to drive by himself, because it's been hard for him or me and me to kind of, he has to wait until I'm free to go with him, and he doesn't like that. And I have to wait for him to be free to take him wherever he wants. So this way, it'll be easier. Oh, they are? Oh, maybe we should do IOD transfers. I'm trying to think on what. What were you doing them on, Elizabeth? What were you doing them on? A piece of art or a wood tray? Okay, right here I had a blank spot, so I just filled it with this. I have another blank spot right here. Can you see that? And I'm just going to add a dab of this. A blackboard. Is it wood? Yes, that's true, but I don't, the gold paint pens don't come in in this color, for example. They come in different colors. You can do that. And they also dry out far too quickly for me. Hi, Delaney. How are you? I have both the small and the big gold ones. And I have, you remember when I went live last week or the week before? And I bought this closet, small kids closet. Oh, I see. And I'll measure and see if that works. I'm just going to do this one, and then we will mix some resin and finish them off. I don't think I've shown you on a live. I don't think it makes a difference, does it, Elizabeth? How to, not how to, but the final, well, not the final, but the result of the resin on the tray where we used the foil. I knew that I would have to redo because some of the bubbles stuck out like a sore thumb. Let me just add a little bit more here, because I like to add some over all the areas that you can see when you put it down. And where is, as usual, I took my water, but Betty, Robin did it, and I'm pretty sure she used black chalk. Oh, she used couture paint. I'm not quite sure which one, but I'm just drying everything. And I'm, if I do the closet, the little girl's closet, tomorrow, I will paint it with black chalk paint from Pentart. Just want to make sure all of these are dry. Let's move these away for a second and move the things we don't need. So that I can show you why, hopefully you'll be able to see why what I'm talking about. And you know, when I need to clean up, it's because there's a reason. Okay, this is the tray. I am going to put some gloves on. Do you remember that? I'm sure it's collected some dust on the sitting down. Now, when I run my hand, visibly, you cannot see any holes until you hold it like this. And I don't know if, let me just see. I will show you where the holes are. There's one here. Does that show up? I don't know if you can see them. I know you see the glare of the camera. They show. Okay, great. You definitely feel them. For sure you feel them. And I don't sell my products like this. So I'm going to show you how to repair it. This is a 400 grit sandpaper. And all I'm going to do is gently sand down, very gently. I need to sand down a little bit. And actually you can see where the holes are now. There's another one here. All the areas that are white dots are the holes. Just trying to feel if there's any more. No. Thank you, Trina. Yeah, I know. Because it's been over a month now. I mean, I don't mind doing it, but sometimes it's not great. So I have sanded it, and this is good because it shows you the areas. Can you see the areas that are white circles? Yeah, it is, Betty. So we're going to mix up some more of this because it's hard. Also, this serves a double purpose. These are very hard. It's very hard to do like an ounce or half an ounce of resin. I don't usually like doing that. So this way I can just use the leftover. Oh, you can see it when it's flat. See, on my laptop it doesn't show. I can't see it. So I'm going to put some gloves on, because remember, you always need to work with gloves. And I think I've used those for something else, but they're not broken, so we can reuse them. Ooh. And for these, I don't think I'm going to need a lot. We'll deal with the pearls in a little bit. So let me measure. I don't want to reuse this one because that had all the dust on it. And you will see some scratch marks, by the way. And that's fine. Roll, how many feet? How many feet do you want? Okay, so I'm going to do 40, 30 millis and 60 millis. Hi, Victoria. I told them about it, about you kindly coming on August 21st, and you're right in time to watch me mix resin. And make sure you have a measuring cup make sure you have gloves on. No, I'm going to do 1 ounce. 1 ounce is less than 30 millis. And this is quite thick. This is not art resin. This is a resin specially made for tabletops. Okay. Well, it depends. I can get it in 25 feet, I can get it in 50 feet, I can get it in 100 feet. You just tell me how many feet you want, and each one has a different price, and I don't set the prices. Okay, now we're putting, this is the part B, which is the hardener. The first part was the actual resin itself, and I sell this resin in my shop. So measure out, Trina, how many feet you want, and then I'll be able to give you a quote. And then I can't remember where I put Siri, but I need Siri to do 3 minutes. Hey Siri. Start the timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes starting now.
Thank you. So, yeah, sorry, Victoria. So when you start mixing, it's going to cloud up. And mix slowly. Make sure you have gloves on. Make sure you get all the edges and the bottom. Oh, your Siri responded? Sure, no problem, Trina. So see how it's beginning to become more clear? I'm sorry for all the series outside. Mix again. And as slowly as possible, so that the less bubbles, the better. And I know some people like to use the mixing thing. I can't remember the name, but it mixes for you. I don't. Hey Siri, how long is left?
There's a timer with 1 minute and 19 seconds left.
Wow. So we stir for another 1 minute and 19 seconds.
1 minute and 19 seconds, starting now.
No!
It's canceled.
Oh, she's still working. 51 seconds. I thought she canceled the real thing. Your Siri and my Siri must be related, Betty. If you do not put the proper proportions, this will not harden up. And if in doubt, put more of the hardener than the resin itself. And I'm stirring. Okay, the timer said stop. And again, I'm going to spoon it with this. And for those that don't know, this is for your face, but it makes a great resin stirrer. I'm going to start by making sure all my edges are covered. I meant to put it over here. And I should have the table, the resin table underneath, but it's in the next room. But I will set it down on the resin underneath. I mean on the resin table. Betty, you know what? It's actually cheaper to get them from Amazon. But you are right, they are sold on Dollar Tree. I've gotten these silicone makeup spreaders, but I don't know how you, can someone tell me how you would, what makeup would you be spreading with this? Because I sure don't know. Amazon sells like 7 for $5. And at Dollar Tree, they're $1.25. So sometimes it pays off to check Amazon. Sorry, yeah. The last couple of times I've actually gotten them on Amazon because very often my Dollar Tree doesn't have them. But does anyone know what do you use this for? I mean, what is it that you spread? As far as makeup. True, very true. I don't have to go to the store. I'm just checking for gaps. And with my lighting, I need to lean over just to double check that everything is covered. Oh, I'm seeing some gaps here. Major gappage. And take your time, don't rush. This will take 35 to 45 minutes to set up, to start setting up. So you've got a good amount of working time. Just hold it. I see some areas here. And you can see the bubbles rising to the top, but we will... Thank you. Hey, Robin. Thank you so much. There's a little tiny spot right here. So just make sure that you're not in a hurry. And we're going to start working on the bubbles. There is here. A little gap. I'm just going to go around and make sure that I don't have any gappages. And I'm not going to need all of this for these. So I might as well add it. See where my big... Now you can use a kitchen torch, which I don't know where I put mine, or you can use a heat gun, but don't put the heat gun too close. And the bubbles are beginning to pop. The most satisfying thing to watch is bubbles popping, believe it or not. I see a gap. But I'm going to add a little bit more. Hi, Annette. Thank you. Do not bring your heat tool too close, you will burn it. But do you see how the white spots that we sanded, how they turned out? It's gone. Now I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm going to leave it on my desk, because as soon as I finish putting resin on these, we're going to heat it up again. But first I need some of this so that the resin does not stick to my table. Let me move these out of the way because we don't need them anymore. Okay, I'm going to put this here. And these, if the surface is flat or the surface is not flat, it does not matter. And I'm going to open this. Yes, I do, Betty. But I'm not using it. I have one. I needed a small one. So I'm pouring, these are the pearls I'm going to put inside the shells. I don't have to dump all of them in. So maybe I'll just do this. And I'm just putting in a bit of resin for each one. Oh, I did that one already. Don't want to waste any resin. So I'm pouring the rest over the tray. Oops. Then you take this and using your hand, this is what you do. And the shine is beautiful. Okay, now it's time to take the gloves off, and we all know why. We're going to drop the pearls in. Oh, this is not working, this two here. And you don't have to heat these, but I might. I'm going to put this away now on the floor because I don't care if they don't have to be level, in other words. And you can move the placement of the pearl. You don't have to leave it like this. And again, I'm going to bring this again. Yes, it would. It sure would. Did I miss something? Anything blingy would be nice. So let me just check this again. I can see some bubbles that are formed. So I have to keep watching this for the next 30 to 40 minutes. I see another one. Oh, I see quite a few. And I will keep doing this until, for the next half hour. I will just watch it. So, this was my plan for today. And again, I'm pretty sure it's the humidity that made the seashells fail. And tomorrow, right now I'm going to go and get, thank you, Betty. Tomorrow I'm going to go and get, after this live, I'm going to go check out the, thank you, Donna, the closet and prep it for tomorrow. And we'll try the gold IOD transfers. So have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you, Hazel. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining. And stay safe. Thank you, Miriam. We'll talk soon. Bye.